my pride. Can't nobody hold me down. Oh no, I got to keep on moving. Broken glass everywhere. If it ain't about no money, Puff, I just don't care. That's I'm right. That good fella, fly guy, sometime wise guy. Spend time at HAWA. Mace, can you please stop smoking la la? Puff, why try? I'm a thug, I'm a die high. I be out in Jersey, puffin' Hershey. Brothers ain't worthy to rock my derby. Yo, I'm never drug free when I'm in the club, G. Though I know the thugs be wanting to slug me. Could it be I move as smooth as Bugsy? Or be at the bar with too much bubbly? Yo, I think it must be the girls wanna lust me. Or is it simply the girls just love me? Brothers wanna rock my rolls, rock my clothes, rock my ice.
I would like to say good day, good evening, and good night to all my viewers out there. Once again, I always start my show off by letting everyone know that it's highly, highly appreciated that I get this type of support and love that I get, you know, on this filming project, on the Media Monsters project. This particular show that I'm doing, I have a guest that has been on here previously, a very good friend of mine, and this particular show also is my 1-year anniversary. It marks my 1-year anniversary doing TV on this particular station, as well as cultivating this whole Media Monsters television program. So I'd like to introduce my guest. You know what I mean? Today, once again, we have Money Mike.
What's happening?
What's going on?
All right.
How's it going down?
Everything is love.
Okay,
man.
okay.
You know what it is.
Okay,
right.
I see you, champ. You know what I mean? The shades, the tie, the suit, the shoes. What's going on?
Brooks Brothers, or you know how
okay,
it goes.
okay. Yeah, okay. We doing it up. So, what I wanted to do for this particular interview, because pretty much both of us have been in the mix for like the last couple of months, right. As far as you've been doing parties, I've been doing the filming at the parties,
right.
So just kind of wanted to kind of recap some events, highlights, as well as, you know, go over some you know, some key points, right. Maybe that can help, you know, people that are on the come up as far as trying to film or more or less trying to promote parties. Because I mean, I've seen a lot, right, I've been through a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And actually, my last time I was on the show, I think we did about maybe 6 events after that.
Right.
I had a Jello party that you was a part of.
Right, right. The Bikini Jello.
Bikini Jello.
Off the chain, right.
Kevin Edgar. I did a party with Kevin Edgar, a promoter from White Plains.
Right.
That was a one-night stand.
I was there.
A 914 project versus 718. We also did a Connecticut project with some promoters from Connecticut, QBK. We also did, I think, one of the biggest projects that we all did together is the Fed Magazine party.
Right.
That was like in August. My good buddy of mine, Stacy Lockhart, it was his birthday, and it was in collaboration of Fed Magazine, because him and actually Antoine Clark, who's CEO of Fed Magazines, they're like best friends.
Right.
So he hosted the party. We also did the party with a couple of childhood friends of mine from Edenwald Project, Shane Woney and Jacko Lewinsky. They was a part of the project, and it was a great project. RITHEM tell you about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It was crazy.
It was love. Yeah,
it's crazy.
So we just trucking and driving, keeping the growth is there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Videos don't lie.
Right. see, the thing is that you know, I hear a lot of behind the scenes comments about the video. Right. And I think people have a misconception of it, is that, you know, certain people that are on video are trying to, you know, like brag and boast, trying to be like P. Diddy. But you know what? P. Diddy's a millionaire. So whatever P. Diddy did back in the day to get him exposure and have him in music videos and have him build himself as a brand, that's a smart man.
Right.
So for those that don't really want to be on camera, or don't want the shine, or want the limelight, that's on you. But let me tell you something. It's a magnificent marketing strategy. For those that are paying attention, for those that have watched, especially watched me over the last, I would say, 6 or 7 months, I've transitioned into like a whole nother ball game. I'm on a whole nother level right now, and that's less than a year's time doing this. You know what I mean? So so the trick is that. Well, now what's your take on it? Why do you like? Why do you appreciate the camera so much?
I think camera is very powerful. Camera, TV, etc., and pictures too.
Right.
Something that the public could see, like if they wasn't there and they missed it, you have to know that it's powerful first. I think a lot of people might give like negative responses to what you're doing on camera and pictures because they don't really have the knowledge on what the camera footage is really doing for a person.
Right.
It is definitely a great marketing tool if you know how to market.
Right.
You know what I mean? It goes a long way. It's like you got to turn it almost into like a mini series slash like a soap opera.
Right.
Like you're watching soaps back in the days with
to
your
be
moms.
Continued.
You know what I mean?
Right,
You didn't
exactly.
want to watch the soap, but you got into it.
Stay tuned.
So
you know what I mean?
So it's almost like you got to create the video into like a little mini series to keep the audience watching either what they missed or what they was a part of. And it's like you're capturing time. You know what I mean? So,
exactly. Capture the moment.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I mean, the number 3 could be to be watching to see what's next.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right, exactly.
Because it's like it's different stages at different levels. Like
Right.
especially if you've seen the growth of what I've been doing with like yourself and certain promoters over the last couple of months. It's been a growth.
Because
you know
I know you could say from when you filmed my first party, Super Bowl party, I'm totally different on video now than that.
Right.
Totally.
Right.
I think it's like a 360. So it takes a little while. You might be shy at first, not really talkity, but after you study film and you get a little coached and stuff like that, like you get more comfortable and then you grow on camera more. It's a process, definitely.
Right. Now, on one of my previous shows, I had made a comment about the 5-minute video versus a 30-minute video. Me myself, I don't really like take cheap shots. I wasn't really directing that towards anybody in particular.
Right.
I was just voicing my opinion. And the reality of it is, whether it's 5 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever your style or technique is, I mean, do your thing. But pretty much, I like longer projects. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, I'm trying to develop techniques for film. For movies. I'm trying to cultivate my audience and my viewers for big projects. Projects that they might have to watch for an hour. So that's my style. So, I'm just gonna kinda correct that. I don't have to, but you know what I mean, it wasn't directed towards anybody and it's not taken away from people that do the 5-minute promos or or less. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I mean people gotta understand, like, this is a game, the promoting game is you have to listen to like all the critics. You shouldn't take anything personal. You should take what people say and analyze it and see if, some of it is hate,
Right.
Some of it is hate.
Let's not front about that.
Yeah, some of it is hate, but then some of it is like maybe an honest opinion that makes you like look at it like, well, let me get this a different approach here. Like, let me take what this person said. Maybe I could better myself in some type of way on film or with the parties or whatever. So you gotta take criticism. It's fair criticism. Don't take it personal.
Right. Okay. So now, what I wanted to just touch on a few different things. Like I said, recapping the last couple of months. Probably a good question for me from you would be possibly, what are my top 3 clients?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, over the last couple of months.
Right.
I'm going to go into that because, like I said, we're going to talk about funny money. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That's my term. We're going to talk about that.
Right.
And when I say clients and when I name the clients, I'm naming them for a reason, because when it comes to taking care of some of the business aspects of what's going on, it's not like I gotta chase people. It's not like I gotta be pushed off. It's just taken care of. You know what I mean? And it's an ongoing thing. I'm constantly getting work from a selective amount of promoters, which is important.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now for you, I could ask a question which I'm gonna ask now.
Right.
Like, what were maybe your top 3 events that you attended, or maybe even your top 3 cameramen that you've worked with? You know what I mean? Whichever one you choose to answer.
Okay, I'm gonna start off my top 3 events.
Or top 2.
Well, I'm gonna say this much. This year was a funny year. I noticed like a lot of people doing a lot of different projects. A lot of people are branching out. I'm talking about like the big dogs and stuff like that. So, I'm used to going to like 3-4 mansion parties,
Right.
maybe 2 or 3 cookouts.
Right.
I only been to like one good cookout,
Oh, right.
and that was in Long Island.
Right.
That was Mika from Basketball Housewife and Speedy Claxton, basketball player. They did a cookout at Speedy Claxton's house, and Ciroc, my boy RV and Butchie, they sponsored it. Shout out to Nick Storm. They sponsored the whole project, and like that was like the best cookout I went to over the summer.
Right.
Besides my man Joey Fuller in Mount Vernon.
Right.
Shout out to Money on Mount Vernon. But that was like the best cookout I've been to like all summer, and I think like people are like a little busy like doing a lot of projects and
Right.
like positioning themselves to make some major power moves. Like I was supposed to do a cookout with a couple of major promoters, but like we're all busy. I just didn't get around to it,
Right.
So sometimes like the business is like that. As far as camera people, to be honest with you, like I know like about 6 camera people, but
Right.
I think in this business it's good when you could work with someone that you're more comfortable, and chemistry is everything.
Right. Yeah, chemistry is definitely everything.
Because like when like me and Rhythm, we got chemistry.
Right.
I could tell him something like, I'm looking for this vision. All I gotta do is tell him the vision. He'll take it from there. He knows what I'm looking for, and he'll just structure the whole project.
Right.
You don't have that chemistry with everybody. So if you get somebody good, stick with them. I want to give a shout out to my man Mikey from Greenberg, Take a Flick. He's good too. So, when you're working with a camera person, if it's a good person, you don't have to like jump to this one and that one.
Right.
If the chemistry is there, that's the biggest thing over everything, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Cause see, with the one of the good points that you just mentioned, and what my style is that I'm not just a dude with a video camera.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just shooting. I already know what I'm shooting, and I'm already editing as I'm shooting. I'm trying to capture certain things and certain elements.
People, this is the next Hype Williams. You heard it here first.
You know what I mean?
Yes, I'm going to say it. This is
Right.
the next Hype Williams. I
Right.
always tell them
For
that.
example, like you're saying, if you wanted the hottest, you know what I mean, music videos with things going on and somebody that could capture the moment,
Right.
Hype Williams is the man.
Right.
As far as movies right now, if you want the best action film
Right.
ever made,
Right.
you go to Michael Bay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you want the hottest, you know what I'm saying, entertainment club / you know what I mean, project,
Right.
come to Media Monsters.
Right. That's it.
Because like I said, I'm not just a guy with a video camera going in and capturing everything from the booty all the way from, all that. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's bigger than just, people, women in there shaking their booty and, you know what I mean, people
Right.
popping bottles.
Right.
It's about capturing certain things
The
to
whole
create
moment,
the whole moment.
The
you
whole,
know what I mean?
The whole mini series,
Right.
as we call it.
Exactly.
Right.
So as far as I would say my top 3 promoters from the last couple months, you know what I mean, would be, I would say starting from the top, you know what I mean, because I'm going to start with the amount of work I've gotten from them,
Right.
would be Tory Thomas, would be at my top, you know what I'm saying. I've worked over 10 projects for him this summer, from the basketball games to the parties. He hired me for a lot of events as far as actually, wanting me to come there and cover his event.
Right. And let the people know where Tory Thomas is from and all
exactly,
that.
Exactly.
Let the viewers know.
Right. Okay, well, shout out to my man Tory Thomas, you know what I mean, for born and bred in White Plains. He's an international pro ball player. He's in Russia right now. I'm glad you're doing your thing, homie. I got your back out here, you know what I'm saying? And, he's a young guy that's very ambitious, and he likes to give back to his community. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Heavy.
Definitely shout out to Tory. Shout out to Ferris Ave and all that.
Yeah,
See
no
ya.
doubt. So second would be the bartenders. You know what I mean? Shout out to Giant. you know what I mean, Harlem, you know what I'm saying? I've been doing a lot of film work on the weekends in between, you know, for them. They do a lot of community stuff as well as, you know, the workout movement that they have, the whole bartender experience. And then I think you would be like my third, you know what I mean, of my top three. Done a lot of projects with you. You know what I mean? A lot of good projects. I mean, you know, just looking back, I mean, I think we're like probably what, 5, 6, something like that. Yeah, it's up there.
7. Yeah, it's up
it's
there.
Up
it's past
there.
5.
Right, it's up there. It's up there. So, So what I want to talk about right now is, and it might help other people, whether you're DJing or whether you're doing other aspects or whatever. I want to talk about funny money. You know what I mean? Like the promoters, like I said, a lot of times, and I won't insult anyone. A lot of times, like in this business, there's no IQ test. There's no, hope I don't insult anybody. There's no IQ test to kind of measure the level of intelligence or business ethics that a person has. Yeah, he's over there laughing. Yo, it's real. Hope I don't insult anybody, but more than likely I am.
Right.
So what I'm saying is that my practical business ethics, okay, what I've learned over the past couple of months has been like night and day from a few promoters that I've done, you know, projects for. You know what I mean? Just like, you know, night and day. So the trick is that I think people should study business and understand and understand the concept of treating people with respect and treating people how you would want to be treated if you were working on your job, you know what I'm saying? Or you had a boss, you expect to get certain things at a certain time, not after, not weeks after, but when you finish your job. So that's pretty much, I'm just going to touch on that very slightly. And it's called funny money. And I'm going to talk about it in other shows.
I think it's champagne time.
All right,
he's a comedian.
Listen, man. We're celebrating.
Celebrating.
Okay, this is a celebration. This is my 1-year anniversary, right? This is also months and months of hard work and grind.
Definitely.
So, you know, we're popping bottles. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is that people, this is the only time that you'll see me pop bottles. I don't pop bottles in the club.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a good cause.
This is my right. This is my show.
Right.
I'm gonna pop bottles. Woo!
Okay.
Yeah, let me get this ready for you right there, homie.
Okay, we're gonna make a little mimosa here.
Okay.
You
Mix
know,
it up, Mr. Bartender.
A little champagne thing going on with a little orange juice.
Okay,
you know?
okay.
You know, celebrate with my man with his 1-year anniversary right here.
Okay.
You know?
This is major, people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is TV. This is TV.
Yeah,
this is what we do.
Even though we got the little kitchen cup, the homemade kitchen cup right here. But it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Here you go, Rhythm.
All right, okay.
There you go.
So what we going to do is when you get yours all...
We got to toast with the most.
Oh, yeah, we going to toast with the most.
Yeah,
yes.
Toast with the most. You know, Rhythm, but I got a question for you, Rhythm.
Okay.
Tell the viewers a little bit about, you know, what was it that inspired you to go harder with the whole, you know, video footage and stuff like that.
Right.
As far as like in the clubs and stuff like that, because you know I've been seeing you. I'm gonna say, the indirect referral of me using rhythm work, you know, really started. I started witnessing his work from Kevin Edgar, promoter from White Plains. That's how it started for me, witnessing it. And I noticed, like, he's very talented. So, for you, like, I think people should know, like, what inspired you to do it, and when did you know that, yo, like, I'm going to make something happen from this. Like, this is happening, and I'm about to make something happen.
Right. Well, the first particular project, I started my show in September.
Right.
Kev Edgar had organized a celebrity basketball game, which I believe was kind of late October / November, you know what I'm saying, of last year, of 2010. So that opportunity right there, I knew that the level of celebrities that they had there, I knew that would put my freestyle filming stuff on the map. You know what I mean? I was like, look, I'm going to bring the mic, I'm going to interview, I'm going to host. That was the moment for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I really wasn't doing it before then. You know what I'm saying? Like I was just on the cable, like on TV at the station. But I was like, once I seen the flyer for the game, I called Kev. Kev said, come through. He always shows love. You know what I'm saying? He said, come through. Do what you do, Rhythm. And that, I knew that if I could put together something that was, you know, that could convey, you know what I mean, the highlight of what was going on, that it would take what I'm doing would skyrocket. Which it did. So what happened after the game, I got a call from Kev Edgar. Now let me tell you something about Edgar. Edgar really never calls people. Okay? He doesn't call people. He's right. He's right about that. Edgar.
He's right about that.
Kev Edgar called me. Like, okay? After, I guess you saw the footage and what I did, the pictures and the footage. Because actually, he wanted me to pass him the pictures and the footage for somebody else to work on. I was like, nah. I got this.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Do this,
I got this.
Right.
So once I did that, he was like, listen, I'm doing the Milk Bar. I got this party that I'm doing on Friday, Pure Fridays. Come, take pictures, do what you do.
This is in White Plains, New York, people.
Right. This is how it went down. And that was December. So now you have December 2010 all the way into we're in September
of 11.
Right, September 2011.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, here, let's toast it up, baby.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, let's toast it up. Here we go.
All right.
To success. All right. Anniversary to success.
So what was actually okay? So now you started doing that December. That's December, right? And so what would you say? What was out of the projects from in a 4-month span? One of the projects that you know that was major, where you know different referrals came in, that you know what, I'm on to something serious here. When did you know that the situation is growing and getting more serious? What point? Do you remember at what point?
What point that was? I'm going to have to go back. What point that was is...
you figure you started in what, December? That project was December. Yeah.
And I was doing the party with Edgar. And actually, Blueprint was teamed up with Edgar at the time.
Okay.
So Blueprint was real heavy in like doing parties and doing stuff like
this is another promoter from White Plains. People.
Right. Shout out to Rich. Shout out to Maya. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Nut. You know, Blueprint.
Right. Nut. Shout out to Billy, ex Blueprint. Remember?
No doubt. So pretty much, you know, they were on the project together, and Blueprint started doing their own events, and that was coming into the New Year's. Blueprint, Dice, they were doing, you know, different parties and different events. So I actually started getting a lot more work from Blueprint.
Okay, got it.
They were hiring me for like several months.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna forget about Blueprint. You guys are in the top 5. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna ask you this. Was it the party that Obi did at what's the spot at Fordham Road?
Okay, you're talking about
there's a club on Fordham Road, the old Jimmy's Cafe, but I can't remember the name right now. It was called something.
Yeah, I forgot the name too.
They changed the name so many times.
Right,
like you know, Taboo was I think the last name.
Right, yeah.
Taboo. Right.
I think the event that I did at Taboo, which included
that was a big event for you, right? Obi promoter from Brooklyn.
That was a major event.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, that was a major event. Matter of fact, you were
there.
Big.
I was
there.
You
were there. There was a sea of people. I was on stage with the camera.
Right, we all was on stage.
Sea of people. You know what I'm saying? Now that probably was one of one of my events where once that film hit the tube, hit Facebook, and you know, hit the station or whatever, that definitely put my stakes up.
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
My stakes went up after that one.
Okay. I want to touch on something real quick. You know, in this promoting game, it's tough sometimes, you know, as a promoter, like, to make executive decisions.
Right. This
you
is
know
true.
What I mean? You have to make executive decisions sometimes, whether the team is longtime friends,
right,
new people new people, old people. And the toughest thing, I think, when you to make a executive decision is how do you cut someone that's a longtime friend or a good associate? How do you do that? It's tough.
Right.
Like if you don't really know the person, you don't really care.
Right.
But how do you cut somebody that or don't want to work with nobody no more? How do you put that together?
Right.
And I think as promoters, like we all have to take into context that, you know, we're executives at some point and to do things on a professional level to where, you know, and I was faced this the other day to where me and a good friend of mine, you know, I didn't want to do the project no more and because I wasn't happy with a couple of things, you know, because we all are not going to agree on everything.
Right.
And it's cool.
Different
But
opinions,
at the end of the
right.
day, what was the biggest thing I respected about me and him, we sat down, we talked, and at the end of the day, we was friends at the end of the discussion.
Right.
You know? And that's what people need to get, you know, they call themselves promoters and so forth,
Right.
and execs and bosses. You have to carry the whole situation out like an exec, a boss,
Right.
a promoter, you know, and carry yourself like that and appropriately from start to finish.
Right,
You
right.
know?
Well, reflecting on some of my situations, the thing is that if you team up or partner up with promoters, right? Everybody's partners, so people don't necessarily have to give 100%, but maybe at least 85%, 75%.
Right.
Nothing lower than 50%.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because we all understand that people are doing like various events, maybe 1 or 2 parties a week, or however they finagle it.
Right.
So the energy has to be on something, like focused on one particular thing.
Right.
But be fair to the partners, and either you're going to fall back, or maybe you're going to cut your percentage.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So, but you have to give something. You can't just stay on a project,
Right.
right?
Right.
Get the same percentage,
Right.
but your energy is low.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? The amount of effort that you're putting into the advertising,
Right.
getting the word out, and it shows.
Right.
You know what I mean? It shows. Like
Right.
if the numbers,
Because
the
it's
numbers
all
are
about
low,
marketing. It's all about marketing.
Right. Now, if the numbers are low at certain events, then you know that the energy wasn't really
Right. It wasn't
on that.
reciprocated. Right.
Right. If
Right.
an event is packed out,
Right.
then you know that that's where the energy was.
Right.
So everybody has to just keep it real
Right.
with themselves.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's not always that you know, the bad guy, but sometimes, like you said, you got to make executive decision. You got to bring it forth to the table. Like, look, I think you need to put more energy into this because there's no reason why. Like now, if you're gonna take a lower cut,
Right.
pay cut,
Right.
then you can you know we'll give you that. You can
Right.
still be involved with the project. If
Right.
your involvement is going to be to a minimum, then
Right.
take that pay cut too.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I think that's fair.
Right.
So I think people just definitely need to rationalize what they're doing. And I think when you become a promoter, you got to have some sort of goal. I mean, a lot of people that I see, they're just doing this thing on like seems to me like on a weekly, monthly thing.
Right.
If you don't come in with a vision, months, 2 or 3 months, 6 months, a year of what's going on, then you're going to be hustling from event to event.
Right.
Which
right,
it's
right.
not a lot of progress. It's not a lot of progression.
As you
You're
say,
just winging it.
Right. As you say, people are winging it, and
Right.
I agree with Rhythm. I think you should have definitely set goals, because, like I said from before my first interview, take advantage of this. Promoting goes with promotional.
Right.
That's also tied in with marketing,
Right.
which is also tied in with Facebook and so forth.
Right.
Take advantage of that. Capture this moment.
Right.
There's a lot going on. We got a lot of friends following, Facebook followings, etc., etc. So try to capture the moment and see if you could capitalize and take advantage of the moment.
Right.
A lot of people have situations just at their door, just screaming at their door for you to just jump on it and turn it into something, but it's for you to formulate it,
Right.
sit down, and this comes in with networking with people, talking to people,
True.
and turning nothing into something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you gotta, like Rhythm said, you gotta have like a blueprint. you know, map it down, because this is bigger than parties and promoting. It's bigger than that. You can really turn it into something, but you got to have a goal in order to know to turn it into something.
That's
you know
right.
what I mean? And that's the bigger picture.
And another key part of being a promoter is, and a cameraman, you know what I mean, that I've learned is being a host with the most.
Oh yeah,
I'm not
definitely.
just myself. I'm not just filming. I can interview. I interact with the people. You know what I mean. I'm smiling. I'm passing out cards. So it's not like I'm just running around in there with a camera and people can't even interact with me. Right. So my stakes go up because people they end up liking you as a person. Now I think as a promoter, you have to definitely be a friendly or warm, at least a warm individual.
Definite.
You got to be in there
host with the most. Remember,
how
it's
you
your party.
doing? You know what I mean?
Right.
Who, how you doing? This is who I am. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm Rhythm. You know what I'm saying? Nice to meet you. You know what I mean? So that's another key component to being a promoter as well, as far as being able to promote, get the people there, and host.
I'm gonna touch on that. A lot of people say, like, how do you know, like, who's for who in a party? As a promoter, your job is to watch the people who come in the door, the bartenders, security. You're watching the club owners.
It's true.
You're watching everybody. I could have a conversation with Rhythm and be watching, like, 4 things at the same time. That's your job because you're a host with the most. If I don't know Rhythm, he has a black suit on, and I'm watching him all night, like, wow, like, how did he come to my party? You go up to him, introduce yourself, host with the most, and, ask him, like, is he having a good time, blah, blah, blah. And in that conversation, you will realize if he just walked in or who he came for. It's about hosting. It's not about counting anybody numbers or anything. If you're a host with the most, you will know what's going on at your event because you're supposed to know.
Right.
And that's the bigger picture here. Like I said, this is bigger than a party. It's about marketing, networking, and you could do from just this one party, you can do 5 different things.
Got you.
And remember, you heard it here first.
Right. I'm not gonna give too much information, but all I'm gonna say is very few things about this. For one, we have a major project that we're working on. We're gonna be taking the show on the road, and the key word is, you name the place. Keyword.
Right.
Miami. I'm
gonna add on to that. This is a guy I've known for over a decade. Like I said, chemistry is everything. So when you do find good chemistry, run with it. We're in a privileged situation where we can put different situations together and create a bigger situation. And that's all we're trying to do. You know what I mean? So, I'm going to say, people, get your plane ticket ready, because this is major. Plane ticket. Key word here.
So, once again, as far as conveying to people that this video, this camera, this movement is major, we're going to show that this is a major movement here. Because once you take the show on the road, it's a whole different ballgame. This is not local. This is not just in New York. This is not just in, a certain borough. This is a project in a whole nother state, Miami.
It takes a lot of executive decision making, real boss making, real networking, like, you got to take it outside of the tri-state area as far as putting a deal together. And I think I told people from the first interview, if you can't put a basic club deal together, I don't expect you to put a deal together where you're talking to major producers from LA.
Right.
So you got to learn the basic 101 things and work on that before you can get to this level. But just remember, this is a medium where you can catapult off of it and take it to a whole nother level.
Right. If you're thinking that far.
Right. So
right. If you see the vision. You know what I mean?
You got to capture the moment of what's going on, because, like, the moment is big here, people.
Right.
You got to capture it. Like, we're all getting older, and you got to seize the moment and capitalize on it.
Right.
Don't waste time. You know what I mean?
So what we're gonna do, Money Mike, is the next show that we do, we're gonna definitely elaborate more on the go in detail about the Miami project. We just wanted to kind of throw it out there because people have been inquiring.
Yeah, we can throw it out there now.
You know what I'm saying?
The deal is pretty much negotiated already.
Right.
So
you know what I'm saying? So
that's what it is.
Right. So what we're gonna do, baby, is we're gonna wrap this up. I want to do one more toast.
Okay, that's what it is.
Yeah, one more toast.
So we on the show, the Media Monster Show, with my man Rhythm, White Plains, New York.
No doubt, baby.
You got your man Money Mike, Money Earning Mount Vernon, Edenward Projects.
No doubt.
Can't
White Plains, New York all day.
That's what
this
it is.
This is a toast for success.
Success.
This is a toast for future progress, not just for us, but for everybody out there. All right. Once again, thank you for watching Media Monsters. Peace.